Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for January 26th until February 1st. I'm going to start us off by pulling a couple oracle cards before I dive into your Osteomancy and the tarot cards. Let's see what you've got here going on. Okay, so we have the number 11 showing up with Goddess Demeter talking about nurturer. So I see you're holding a wheat stalk. This can indicate a harvest coming in for some of you, but Demeter really talks about kind of getting in touch with our inner nurturing side, how we are nurturing ourselves, how we nurture the connections and the communities around us. But it's also encouraging us to seek out this nurturing energy for ourselves as well, especially if you're finding yourself always in the nurturing situation. You might discover that you might want to be nurtured around this time. So we'll dive into your Herbiary Oracle next, see what else we've got. Okay. All right, so I see some change popping up for you potentially because we have White Sage number 36 showing up, encouraging you to clear the way. We have all the elements here and the spiral in the middle kind of talking about the spirit. We can see these crows carrying these bones. So now might be a good time to clear some clutter around the home potentially, maybe donate some stuff, recycle, do what you got to do, right? But this is also encouraging you to clear out the mental, the emotional burdens that might be causing you to feel a little bit strained, just letting go of things that no longer serve you here at this time. So let's dive into your Osteomancy next and just see what you've got going on for this week here, Taurus. Spirit, what does Taurus need to know for the week ahead? Okay, so I do see initially I'm seeing a short-term goal that you're working towards that is attached to some coin here, and it looks pretty good. So, I mean, if you're working on a smaller kind of short-term project, this could be, I'm kind of getting the vibe like you might be painting something for someone, or like this could be a commission kind of short-term project that has like a start and a finish date that has some coin attached to it. What am I seeing here? Okay, so I see an opportunity as well here attached to your learning and growth. It's not a huge opportunity, but it is a smaller opportunity. So some of you out there might be learning something that is going to kind of open up a door for you. So that looks really good. I'm seeing there is in fact an obstacle here, but you're completely subduing it. Like, I kind of see you on this mountaintop, I guess. You're like climbing this mountain, but it's like you're like running up this mountain because you've got so many things here tied to it. Like, this is a little bit of a cluster F, for lack of better words, but I see tied to your emotion, your love, your feelings. I'm seeing your spirit is very much intertwined with your emotions at this time. So this very much highlights our clear the way with White Sage that I mentioned here. So I'm curious what changes here, because I mean the change is attached to your spirit and you're really sinking your teeth into it. So this looks really good. You're making some positive change for sure. Now, I also see there might be a change coming up for work. I do see that you are very much protected here at this time in your endeavors. Like you're very much, it's like spirit has this bubble over you here at this time. I'm seeing very balanced emotions here for the most part. There could be some back and forth between like feeling really positively, but also feeling like a little bit stressed here and there. Well, not stressed, but There is a potential for a little bit of sadness coming in here, but I feel like you're kind of working towards changing that. This looks fairly balanced. I do see you're protected in your work endeavors, whatever your business, whatever your job is. It looks like you're very much protected, like you are overcoming obstacles. You're really sinking your teeth in. So let's just start simple here. Spirit, what is this short-term goal here for Taurus that is attached to money? Is there anything that Taurus needs to know about this short-term goal here? Confirmed by the Ace of Cups. So definitely a new opportunity. I can see Spirit here dropping like a gift in your cup. This little coin that they're dropping off literally looks like the coin here that your short-term goal is attached to. So regarding your short-term goal here that you're working on that is attached to money, just stay the course is what I'm getting for you here. Trust yourself, trust your intuition, because the Ace of Cups very much highlights this notion of your intuition very much being heightened at this time. And I do feel that, especially because with your osteomancy here with the bones, they're showing that your spirit is kind of like rising above all the noise, because this does look a little noisy, not in a negative way. It just looks like there's a lot of things tied up with each other. But you're overcoming obstacles, which is really fantastic here. Let's see what this small opportunity is that is tied to your learning and growth. Spirit, what is this small opportunity tied to the learning and growth here for Taurus? Ooh, okay. It's confirmed by the star. So I'm getting for some of you out there, as like the star is this Aquarian energy here. It's this inspiration. So attached to your learning and growth, you might be feeling very inspired at this time to like charge forward. And like, I mean, the star also talks about this kind of regenerative healing that you're doing here at this time. It's this peace and happiness. Now, attached to your learning and growth, you are being encouraged by the star card to shine brightly, to not hide your light in your endeavors. So I feel like some of you here might be learning, because there's a small opportunity attached to the learning and growth here for you. I feel like you might be learning about ways to clear out the noise, to clear out the clutter is kind of what I'm thinking here. Because this small opportunity, it's talking about healing and regeneration. And especially with the sage popping up, it's like, I feel like this is an opportunity to heal, an opportunity to move past things that may have been causing a little bit of, it doesn't feel super heavy. I just feel like you're working through maybe some old energy from the previous year for some of you out there. But this feels very balanced. It feels like you're kind of in this flow state. So, well, and it's interesting because your spirit here is attached to your feelings and your emotions. So it's like, especially because you're very intuitive here, you're very in tune with your feelings, with your intuition, confirmed by the star and the Ace of Cups. Like this is pretty big. So I feel like this spiritual work that you're doing is very much tied to your emotions, your feelings, trusting yourself, trusting your feelings. Know that you have the answers and you know what you're doing. This is very interesting. So Spirit, what is this? So, I mean, we do have the star talking about healing, and that can indicate a change, especially with clearing the way with white sage. Because I see some change here that's attached to your spirit. It's attached to your work. It is also attached to what you are like sinking your teeth into, we'll say. But I see you are very much like protected at this time. But I am curious here, Spirit, what is this change? I'm wondering if it's the healing, because it's like clear the way with white sage, confirmed by the Ace of Cups, the star. I'm seeing a lot of healing energy here, but we'll just confirm that. Spirit, what is this change attached to the spirit, the footwork, and the sinking in of the teeth? What is this change? What is this change here for Taurus? It's confirmed by the Tower. So yeah, definitely a change, definitely a shakeup. I'm getting for some of you that this is like, because the Tower to me is more of a meat suit type of change, like a physical world change, a corporeal change. So whatever change this is, this could be potentially you're leaving a job. This could be a breakup. This could be even a move. We'll take one more for that, because I feel like this change is affecting your work, it's affecting your spirit, and it's affecting how you're tackling the situation at hand. So we'll take one more for that, Spirit. What is this change? What is the Tower here showing up for Taurus? What is this Tower? I'm going to shuffle one more time. Spirit, what is the Tower, this change here for Taurus? What is this? It's confirmed by the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is kind of this, it's this notion of the wounded warrior here. So this change, it might have words. This Tower moment, this big change coming up here, it may have left you feeling kind of shook, is what I'm getting for some of you. But like you're kind of in this this space of standing strong, standing tall. I feel like for some of you, you're kind of learning how to build proper boundaries against shenanigans, especially if there's some energy that's kind of seeping in, some unwanted energy. You're kind of clearing out the riffraff is what I'm getting, and you're putting up boundaries. And I see for some of you, this could be boundaries you're putting up in the workspace. Like maybe there's someone that you work with that likes to try and cross boundaries, or like maybe they're not acting super appropriate at work potentially. You're being encouraged to make the change. Whether, I feel like some of you are definitely leaving this situation, this job potentially, and moving on to another. But I think for others of you here, you're making a change in how you're conducting yourself. You're being more nurturing towards yourself in various situations. And I feel like putting up boundaries is truly how you nurture yourself, right? Because, I mean, if people are crossing our boundaries, that's a sign of there's no respect there. They're not respecting you. And it is very important to make sure you're saying, like, no, I'm not going to tolerate this. Like, no, you can't speak to me that way. That's not appropriate. We're working here, right? But I do see you are protected as well, especially, with these boundaries you're putting up and the protection here. You're protected at work. This is a change that needs to happen, I'm feeling, for some of you guys here. So let's see here. What else do I need to know? Spirit, what is the overall mindset here for Taurus? I'm getting balance, but I just want to confirm that. Spirit, what is the mindset here for Taurus? Confirmed by the Page of Wands. So it's like this fiery energy. I'm seeing a lot of fire here for you. Because, I mean, the Nine of Wands, and then we've got the Page of Cups. Like, I see you moving very quickly on your endeavors, so to speak. Now, the Page of Wands talks about opportunities coming in. I definitely see opportunity tied to your growth, your learning. I do see opportunity as well tied to a short-term goal. You could be having money coming in potentially. Now, the Page of Wands, it's also talking about good luck. It talks about gain, and it talks about good fortune, like opportunities coming in. So whatever short-term goal you're working on, it's very much tied to coin. I'm getting for some of you that this might be a short-term goal that ends up becoming like a long-term goal. Just because I'm not seeing any long-term goals, I'm seeing you working, like you are working your butt off here, Taurus, but it's like I feel like you're disconnected from this long-term goal. Like you need to figure out what that is. But for some of you, this short-term project that you're working on, it feels like it's tied to a significant sum of money, potentially for some of you, or it's holding a lot of opportunity. So whatever this short-term project is, this might end up becoming a long-term goal for you. This might be something that you're wanting to pursue more often, potentially. So that's really interesting. Like, what else do we got going on here? Because I'm not seeing an obstacle. If there was an obstacle in your path, you've completely pummeled it. Like your spirit is rising above this obstacle. You're sinking your teeth into this obstacle. You're killing it with legwork. I see that with the Page of Wands, with the Nine of Wands. And there's these changes. Spirit, what is the obstacle here that Taurus is running into the ground? What is this obstacle that Taurus is absolutely eviscerating right now? What is this obstacle for Taurus? Confirmed by the Ten of Cups. Beautiful. Yeah, so kind of what I'm getting is this obstacle that you're like absolutely eviscerating here is confirmed by the Ten of Cups. It's the calm after the storm. It's happiness, it's contentment, it's joy in the home, right? In the heart. So like, I definitely see you're being nurtured here at home, but you're also nurturing yourself with this healing energy of the Star card. And like, you're on a roll here, Taurus. Like you're overcoming, like, there's no such thing as an obstacle, really. I ask about the obstacle and I get the Ten of Cups. Like you're laughing in the face of this obstacle here at this time. I am seeing some change for sure regarding work, maybe how you're conducting yourself at work, as I had said. I'm seeing some healing work in that you're clearing out things that aren't working for you, clearing out vibes, negative people, negative influences, things like that. This doesn't feel very heavy at all. Like this feels like you're just very much in the driver's seat. This looks like the Chariot if I were to describe it in a tarot card. But let's go ahead and pull some final messages from the Quantum Oracle for you, just to see if there's any closing messages for Taurus for the week ahead, Spirit. Do you have any closing messages you want to share here with Taurus? All right, so we are getting the number 6 being highlighted, talking about spirit. Yes, your spirit is very much sailing, floating, but we're highlighting friends, family, and guides at this time. And I really like this, especially showing up here with this card of Demeter, talking about nurturing, the number 11. So I think at this time here, your connections, I feel like you're gaining a lot of connection here with your spirit guides, especially, but I feel like you're gaining a lot of spiritual growth in general, just from the connections that you have in your life. Just looking at the bones here, but also confirmation by this spirit card of family, friends.